we're just assuming everyone's here for this. What if he's a customer? This is just because we got a lot of messages saying, you know, I should try and record it so that a lot more people can see it, and then obviously my YouTube is dry as fuck, so this is another thing that I have to do so that I have some content to upload, because I'm very rarely able to find time to do things like this. Yes, perfect. This is my dream come true, man. The sole reason why we built the steps to be this big is so that people can sit here and we can talk. And I want to make, like I mentioned to a few people already, that I want to make it a thing that every time I'm here, we should sort of get an update on each other also. Because people who showed up today are very important, right? And you all should even speak to each other internally, that what do you do and what is your plan, and learn from each other also. So of course I'm not like prepared for this. I myself don't know what am I going to talk about. But if you guys also in the middle of it have anything to just throw it out, interfere if you want, if that's how you like it, do it. I've got a few pointers as well, where it's something that I want to talk about, like what I call like cheat code of doing business or like starting a brand or whatever. So which also I will share. So I just wanted to start by saying how I started my brand. Why for a year I was only and only on Instagram. Like I did not start my website, I did not start with a store, or I did not start with a big team or anything, right? A lot of people think if you want to start a streetwear brand, I will need a lot of investment, or I will need ye wo. So for over a year, people used to think I'm stupid क्योंकि हमारा conversion भी हो रहा था, हमको orders भी बहुत आ रहे थे, but हमने website बिल्कुल नहीं शुरू की थी. The sole reason why I did that is so that I can talk to each and every one of my customers personally, and I still do that. If I'm sitting there and someone's walked in and I don't pay attention to them, I feel like I have literally avoided them. You know, you must. This is also a part of a cheat code. You have to talk to each and every one. It's called educating them about something. For example, sneakers में तुमने देखा होगा कि एक दोस्त ने एक जूता लिया होगा Jordan 1 या कुछ भी, वो जाके 5 जन को बार बार हैम्पर करता रहेगा कि ब्रो पता है क्या, ये स्टोर में इतने का मिलता है, बाहर आके बेचा तो इतने का हो जाता है. तो होता क्या है, वो एक स्टेटमेंट उस ब्रांड का रिप्रेजेंटेशन बन जाता है कि हाइप दिमाग में क्या होगा, जॉर्डन क्या होगा. मीनिंग टॉक टू ईच एंड एवरी वन एंड बिल्ड अ स्टेटमेंट दैट यू ऑलवेज से, सो दैट दे नो मोर अबाउट योर ब्रांड, जस्ट कि भाई हम स्ट्रीटवेयर ब्रांड है नहीं. सो हाँ, दैट इज हाउ आई स्टार्टेड माई ब्रांड. After a point, I realized that I am not sleeping for like till 6 a.m. sometimes 7 a.m. I'm just replying to each and every one. जब followers 6-8-10,000 तक पहुँच गए थे, and every time I used to drop a product, ऐसा होता था कि इतना ज़्यादा response आता था कि we had to start a website. The second we started a website, there was a tsunami of orders, जो मुझे नहीं पता था कि लोगों को मेरे से बात ही नहीं करनी Instagram पे. They just wanted to go on the website, buy, check out, finish. You know, so. This is my advice. Whatever you are starting, start from Instagram. Build थोड़ा सा एक community types के, जब website बने तो उसका भी एक, क्योंकि है ना, अगर website पे कोई भी inventory दिखती है ना, that also is a no, it's okay. Customers हम उसको बिठा रहे थे. तो मेरा ये मानना है, doesn't it look bad if a product is just seen on the website for the longest period of time? अगर तुमने उस चीज़ का hype बना लिया है ना, तो तभी डालो जब हाइप है, वेबसाइट पे डाला और ये बिक गया. That's my e-commerce का understanding. But okay, we start with, I have shit ton of things, what not to do, what to do. I wanted to know, we left our conversation in the middle when you guys started, because I wanted everyone to hear what you guys do also. So what do you guys do? What is it called?
So we've just started in 6 months, and it wasn't exactly a streetwear brand then. It was more of a t-shirt brand. How do you create content?
See, I'll tell you about Jaywalking. We आज तक because you mentioned marketing budget, हमने ₹0 डाला है. हमारा जो initial page अगर आपने देखा हो तो वो blue color का पत्रा था. वो मेरा जो वर्कशॉप था, वर्कशॉप के ऊपर एक टेरेस था जिधर हमने वो 700-800 रुपए का एक पत्रा आता है, वो 2 लगाया था प्राइवेसी के लिए क्योंकि नेबर्स बहुत नोजी थे. तो हमने उस पे खड़े रख के सबके पिक्चर लिए थे फॉर द लॉन्गेस्ट टाइम अंटिल वी डिड लैक्मे, और लैक्मे के बाद भी इनफैक्ट हम वैसे ही पिक्चर लेते थे. और आज तक इंस्टाग्राम एडवर्टाइजिंग या किसी में एक भी रुपया डाला नहीं है. सो राइट नाउ यू डोंट नीड अ मार्केटिंग बजट, you just need to be more active on Instagram and show, like speak. Only if you speak, no, will someone, abhi jaise why I am taking this very seriously. I also used to be a very, very shy person. Like right now also seeing a crowd like this, somewhere I'm, a little overwhelmed, but also scared to speak. Because you never know if I'm making a fool out of myself or whatever. But I realized that after putting up my first vlog also, even though it was shit, I realized when people meet me, they came to me and always said, yeah, that one thing that you said in your vlog, no, has caught with us. Oh, that one thing that you did, no, has spoken to us. What happens is when they see you in public, they will have something to talk about. Otherwise, no one's going to come to you and say anything if there's nothing to talk about. So there has to be some, like, even if we've made a funny video or we've tried to start a trend, if one person is following it, enough. Like, you've done your job. Now try to be consistent, and the next one you should see you've at least affected 2 people. Don't think of like hamara do. I'm telling you, before Ranveer Singh even wore our clothes, हमारे 1000 के नीचे followers थे. So followers से कुछ नहीं है, मतलब technically. We still don't have like ऐसा. We have 45,000 followers. That is also through like 3 years of whatever. Even after so much hype and so much everything, followers पे मत उतना ध्यान दो. If your product is getting stuck, then say, is it getting stuck?
Like some products yes, some products no.
But little bit.
Yeah.
Little bit is fine. Everyone's little bit product is stuck all the time. There is some, but so which means you all are super. Have you all ever done any pop-up or anything like that? So I've also put this very, very big cheat code in my thing. The biggest thing that you need to learn is how to throw a party, right? And it's like a headline that I always say, know how to throw a party. What it means is, for example, what will happen when you do a pop-up, anyone, even if you are expecting 15 people, okay, it's a pop-up. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't see why I did this today also, no, to get over the fear कि कितने लोग आएंगे, honestly. तो तुम भी पॉपअप करो, घर पे करो. अगर गराज है नीचे तो गराज में करो. 30 लोगों का लिस्ट बनाओ कि 30 लोग आप आओ, and you check out what we have. 12 people turn up, enjoy the day with them. What this will teach you is कि मतलब ऐसी चीज़ें सीखने मिलेंगी कि तुम रात को जब सो रहे होगे कि कल पॉपअप है, अरे यार साला किसी ने बिल मांग लिया तो बिल कैसे देंगे. नाउ यू आर फिगरिंग आउट कि चलो भाई तू फॉर्मेट बना बिल का. अब अरे हैंगर नहीं है अपने पास, सबका कांटेक्ट एक साथ में तुमको मिल जाएगा. अब नेक्स्ट टाइम यू वांट टू डू अ पॉपअप तो तुमको इतना कॉन्फिडेंस रहेगा, भाई हैंगर वाले का नंबर है, बिल ऐसे बनेगा, तू ये करेगा, तू ये करेगा, तू ये करेगा. So always know how to throw a party, because one, that will teach you how to accommodate people. मतलब because see, आगे जाके अगर रिटेल किया या कुछ भी किया, hospitality is the most important thing, right? Know how to host people, know how to, because I've noticed even if you're the best designer, if you don't know how to sell, then it's trash. If you know how to sell, your designs are trash, it's trash. मतलब you will have to master everything. I wish there was another way around. I wish there was another way around where you are exceptional, say for example actor, but you don't know how to sell yourself, then you will not get work. And so this guy, surprisingly, he told me he's already stocking in Selfridges. And
yeah, so next month we're gonna launch it. Selfridges, Mr. Porter, and Aston.
How?
Yeah.
You tell me actually, like you should.
My brand's called Ruby. So I was just like driving to these different artisanal communities, the block printers in Jaipur and handloom weavers in Andhra Pradesh, just getting in like contact with all these guys, because there's like a way to reinterpret that in like modern men's where it's cool. The idea was essentially to like reorient what Indian luxury means. We started making like one-of-one stuff. An agent approached me like, "Yo, maybe there's something here. Let's make like a small collection." So we made a small collection, and then these guys bought it. So we've just been producing that.
Super.
Yeah.
And how did the whole thing happen?
So at the showroom, they just walked in. So they go, let's yeah. That stuff happened. But like still, the audience and stuff is something I'm struggling with.
Building audience.
Yeah, especially in India. Like, I think 2% of my followers are from India, and those are my friends.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, I have a feeling probably you've never stepped out, maybe. And
Yeah.
like for example, now I would actually keep you in mind that there's this one guy who. Did you know there's someone in Delhi who's already stopped? Bro, you should be next to like Dhruv.
Yeah.
You know, because he's not in Selfridges yet. So that's a big thing, man. Like I would applaud that. And like, do you make everything in-house or it's everything's outsourced?
No, so now we have like 7 tailors. It's become like a real thing now. Yeah.
Oh. I think if everyone just ends up we should do like a full-blown pop-up at Jaywalking next time, I think. And sort of introduce everyone to like, okay, here, you know, this is what तुम अपना रैक लेके आओ, एक इधर लगाओ, एक उधर लगाओ, एक दो ऊपर लगाओ. So you know, I had this idea that we were talking the other day that, for example, okay, I mean because it's Dhanmil anyway, we don't have like insane amount of walk-ins that it's gonna affect someone. Like we are having a full-blown seminar right now and someone shopped, right? So it won't hamper anyone. So I had this idea where on Mother's Day we should do like every mother who, like say whoever's following me, if their mother's doing say bracelets or cookies or cakes or socks, bags, anything, we'll do a small little mela type situation in the store so that on the Mother's Day they can keep whatever sales they do, and then we can sort of have like a community building for mothers also. You know, something like that. We can do it with like budding design. I wouldn't call you budding, you're already like
No, it's fine.
no.
I have a question for you on the Indian audience. How do you reach out without huge budgets or anything to like produce content? It's sort of still target this demographic where there's a buyer.
What's your like?
The jacket sells like $650 US, so it's that price point.
So you're scared to tell them the price for which you might get hit.
I've done some exposure on like homegrown and stuff, and then an SSS magazine in India did some stuff. The comments, how can you do this? Look at this price point. In my comments, I'm like, okay, I don't need this, you know.
Right.
So how do you sort of deal with that?
Luckily,
Yeah.
for me, what has happened is I have realized that I have two types of. Over time, I've built two types of audiences. One who just wants to listen to me, and one who wants to buy from me. And luckily, there's always been a superb balance where the sole reason I'm doing this is for the other side of the first side, where people who really, I also want to give it out to them, that because I was telling a lot of them that if 3 years back, right, if someone was so crystal clear, was ready to tell me about the industry, then I would have been even faster, like my growth would have been faster. So what you should do is you shouldn't really let it affect. See, first of all, if more hate is coming, which means more people are seeing it, and you should be happy, bro. Like अगर 10 comment आया है उसमें से 5 भी hate वाला है, 5 supportive है, 5 को ध्यान में रखो. These 5 will eventually just do their own thing आगे जाके. And I'm sure your product is such, no, that you won't have like have you hate मिला है पहले?
No, so it's more, there's a community.
So don't think about that then.
Yeah, no, it's more just like, I haven't honestly reached out in India. But
Ah.
it's like, if I were to, noticing like what
I tell you one thing.
Yeah.
Pricing is something which you have to say it with a throw. अगर तुम हिचक, if you तुम खुद नहीं confidence से अपना price बोल पा रहे हो, then the other person is gonna judge you for sure. I mean, it's a thing. You will have to confidently say it's like you go to a Louis Vuitton store, right? They will tell you, oh, this bag is 9 lakhs, right? With like without a अगर उसको पूछोगे भी कि क्यों है 9 lakhs, they will have no answer. No one has any answer ever. Why is it so expensive? Maybe they will say quality, ये वो brand बनाया है, whatever. But then you get over it. Like there's barely someone who will. But what I think you should do is start. Say for example, right? You said your marketing budget or your shoots वगैरह is taking up too much of this. You should sort of think of yourself as a cultural manager where every day keep an eye out on people who are cool, right? Invite them to your studio, invite them to your workshop, office, whatever you have, your house, whatever, and tell them, yo, let's connect, let's meet, we can probably talk about this, that. If that person's cool, when he comes over, just tell him, yo, do you mind wearing this jacket? I would love to take a picture on you. I'm telling you, 99% of the time, no one's ever gonna say no. Ever. From the beginning till now, we have never hired a model. We have always made sure that we always source these cool people, these micro influencers who respect your work and who will just eventually speak. You know what I'm trying to say? It's try doing that. Like again, you can also do a little get together at your house or office and ask like one beautiful girl, one guy, whoever or whatever you believe in plus size, you believe in whatever, call them over, tell them that I want to take a picture, let's have fun. Let's have a fun shoot. I will try to make a reel out of it, maybe I'll do anything. But if you're interested, come over, we'll chat, you know. And eventually what will happen is that girl or that guy is gonna come over, तुम्हारा thought process समझेगा, तुमको बाहर जाके hype करेगा. You know what I'm saying? कि यार मैं इसको मिली, अलग है बंदा, थोड़ा क्या सोचता है मुझे भी नहीं पता, तो अब मेरे दिमाग में लगेगा कि oh fuck, ये बंदा कुछ अलग ही होगा. So do it. I mean, you will have to. I thought there is another way around. I will figure it someday, without you going all the way, all out. कुछ होएगा, but नहीं होगा. That is a bad news. That you will have to go all out. You will have to do anything and everything. Even if Super Kicks is doing an event or Veg Non-Veg or FTC, Jaywalking, कोई भी कुछ भी event कर रहा है, you have to go and attend. What will happen is now these guys will be धीरे धीरे ना your face will start hampering them कि ये बंदा सब जगह दिखता है, ये करता क्या है. Then they one day तो they will go on your page and be like fuck यार. और मेरे साथ genuinely ये हुआ है. You ask Nisha, so Nisha is the co-owner of Super Kicks. Before I started the brand also, I used to go to them and be like मैं एक ऐसा brand शुरू कर रहा हूँ, आप लोग पागल हो जाओगे. मेरे पास कुछ नहीं था कुछ भी नहीं था. मैं जब चैतन्य को भी मिला था तो I used to always be like कि मैं ऐसा कुछ तो कर रहा हूँ, तुम wait and watch, coming soon. And मुँह ऐसा था कि मैं हर जगह पे चले जाता था, हर इवेंट में, हर be there. Maybe that's also another cheat code I would say, honestly. Like if me, and just tell her, you know, I would be interested in stalking with you guys, talk to. There's so many spots where you can just walk in, be like, I'm a designer, probably, you know, I thought we could collaborate. कुछ भी बोलो, but initiate some conversation. I think that will again build धीरे make a bigger community, because I want to listen to you more than just see your product. What is the most fuck all thing in starting a streetwear brand or any brand is समझ कि मेरे पास 40 प्रोडक्ट है. मैं तो 5 भी नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, 40 है. अगर मैं स्क्रॉल करूँ ना तो मुझे 30 सेकंड से ज़्यादा नहीं लगेगा तुम्हारा पूरा चिट्ठा देखने को. फिर अगर नहीं अच्छा लगा, तुमने 4 साल लगाया, 5 साल लगाए वो 40 प्रोडक्ट बनाने में, मेरे को 1 सेकंड लगेगा, बोलेगा शी, राइट. इट विल टेक मी 1 second to be like okay, trash it. But if I've spoken to you, then I will see it with a different perspective कि ये बंदे ने ये दिमाग लगा के ये बनाया, इतनी मेहनत से बनाया. So I think that is what you can, like you will have to be way more like out there and speak more, and that's what's worked for me. No, I can't guarantee if it's going to work for everyone, but like it's something that will 100% work, to be honest, if you do it.
I have a question. So what was your process of actually believing in yourself, you know?
I have another theory where you should always know your placement, okay? अब जैसे even before you start your brand, no, hypothetically always know कि चल for example अगर मैंने ये achieve कर लिया तो मैं इन लोगों के साथ उठूँगा बैठूँगा or whatever. This is a very honest thing and it works 100%. For example जब हम लैक में भी कर रहे थे, तो हमको उन लोग डालने वाले थे जेन नेक्स्ट पे, ठीक है। तो मैंने बोला कि मुझे करना ही नहीं है, ठीक है, मूव ऑन, लाइक आई डोंट वांट टू डू इट, आई डोंट वांट टू बी कॉल्ड जेन नेक्स्ट। देन इट वेंट टू इमर्जिंग, ओके, इमर्जिंग डिजाइनर्स। मतलब फिर भी नहीं करना, आई वांट बी ऑन द सेंट, लाइक द मेन स्टेज, प्राइम स्लॉट टाइम चाहिए हमको, और हम यही करेंगे, नहीं तो नहीं करेंगे, वील मूव ऑन, वील डू नेक्स्ट ईयर। व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज यू शुड ऑलवेज नो योर प्लेसमेंट करेक्टली। हाइपोथेटिकली फॉर एग्जांपल, चल अगर तूने तेरा एक स्टोर हो गया, ये हो गया, वो हो गया, तो अब तू एग्जैक्टली किसके साथ कोलैबोरेट करेगा? फॉर व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज इन योर वाइल्डेस्ट ड्रीम्स आल्सो व्हाट यू वांटेड टू अचीव, से फॉर एग्जांपल यू अचीव्ड इट, फिर तू किसी उसके लेसर के साथ कोलैबोरेट करेगा? सो दैट इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू थिंक क्रिस्टल क्लियर ना कि ये करके इसका कोई फायदा है, अगर नहीं है तो मत कर, इज व्हाट आई न्यू फ्रॉम डे वन। सो फॉर एग्जांपल आई न्यू दैट इफ आई स्टार्ट माई मैंने जिस दिन मेरे को स्टूडियो का चाबी मिला, मेरा स्टूडियो एज लाइक माई वर्कशॉप, उस दिन तक मुझे एग्जैक्टली नहीं पता था व्हाट एम आई गोना डिजाइन और व्हाट एम आई गोना मेक, फॉर रियल आई एम टेलिंग यू, फॉर रियल। बट आई न्यू नहीं चला, सिंपल शर्ट्स बेच के भी बना के भी बेच देंगे, या ट्राउजर बना के बेच देंगे, मेड टू मेजर, रेडी टू, कुछ भी कर देंगे, बट ये जगह चाहिए। दिस इज व्हाट आई एक्चुअली नीड राइट नाउ, एंड दिस इज अ वेरी कैलकुलेटेड रिस्क दैट आई कैन टेक, क्योंकि मैंने जहाँ पे शुरू किया था वो सब रियली टाइनी, और अभी भी ऑफिस उधर ही है, बहुत छोटा है। वहाँ पे हमने एक मास्टर को बिठाया था, मुझे पता था कि इतना तो लगेगा, आई वांटेड टू टेक दैट रिस्क। क्या बनाएंगे हमको कोई आइडिया नहीं, लिटरली आई एम टेलिंग यू। मैंने ये शुरू भी नहीं किया था सोच के कि मेरे को लोग स्ट्रीट वेयर बोलेंगे, या सही में मुझे कुछ नहीं पता था। मुझे पता था कि यहाँ पे बैठ के मुझे एक लग्जरी है कि मैं इसके मास्टर के साथ एक रूम में दिन का 10-12 घंटे अगर स्पेंड कर सकूँ, उससे ज़्यादा तुमको क्या सीखने मिलेगा? यू नो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग। और आई डोंट नो पैटर्न कटिंग एट ऑल, मुझे बिल्कुल नहीं आता है। इफ समवन इज अ फैशन स्टूडेंट यू शुड रियली स्टडी दैट, प्लीज स्टडी दैट, बिकॉज इट इज़ दी मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग। अगर क्योंकि कभी कभी इन लोग इतना वियर्ड बिहेव करते हैं, ऐसे नहीं होता है, वैसे नहीं होता है, ये आप क्या बोल रहे हो। बट गुड थिंग इज माई मास्टर जी वॉज वेरी गुड। मैं उसको खाली बोलता था, मास्टर ये स्लीव को और थोड़ा ये सिर्फ यहाँ पे लगा दो, तो वो मैंने उसको बोला था कभी किसी चीज़ के लिए नहीं होगा, नहीं बोलना है, लगा दो और फिर देखेंगे, मतलब। सो आई एम टेलिंग यू, you've got to like sit in a room with someone who can make it. If you can't make it, so then hire. Don't waste time there कि भाई अब मैं जाके सीखने जाऊँ। थोड़ा बहुत अगर वैसा इन्वेस्टमेंट करो, एंड यू शुड ऑलवेज हैव दैट, थोड़ा ओवरहेड होना ही चाहिए सीरियस होने के लिए। नो, थोड़ा तो ओवरहेड होना चाहिए। ये भी मेरा एक काम निकलवाना दैट इज द मोस्ट मेरे को फॉर अ गुड 2 years, ओके, मुझे जेन्युइनली लोगों को टास्क असाइन करना नहीं आता था, बिकॉज these days you don't see someone who is really like who needs that job. Who wants to do it is different. Needs is कि उसका घर चलेगा उसके ऊपर types. So we are not able to find team, like building a team is something that everyone is gonna, that is the biggest challenge you all are gonna face forever. This is like not abhi, forever. And assigning task is something that you should know from today. Like you should every day ऐसा sit, and even if you're sitting down for an hour, 2 hours, no, just know कि अगर मैंने किसी बंदे को हायर किया तो मैं उसका जॉब प्रोफाइल थोड़ा करके आज से बनाना शुरू करूँगी। तो जिस दिन उसको असाइन किया ना, ये देखिए तेरा काम है, ये करना शुरू कर। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ़ यू हैव अ मास्टर और इफ़ यू हैव few tailors, whatever, then make sure you know that I need a person now so that I can move on to do something else, and this person will do inventory check, quality check, master के साथ भिड़ाई, salary देना लेना, ये वो everything, attendance वगैरह, क्योंकि you know that is taking up a lot of your time there. तो you should always know कि क्या किसके पास कराने का है and stuff like that.
I had a question. So how do you decide कि यार मैं expensive बनाऊँ, क्योंकि making it expensive makes it no need. So how do you decide in that कि if you want to make it affordable or expensive?
यार that तो I can't, I mean ये तो, इसका तो कोई आंसर ही नहीं हो सकता, इसका तो genuinely कोई आंसर नहीं हो सकता, because if you should make it affordable or no, that is completely your, I mean there's there's no answer to it. And even though, say for example, you think my stuff is expensive, I have reached a point, very honestly, upfront, I don't care, where sometimes a lot of people have come to me and say, यार jaywalking आप सब पहनते हैं, इसलिए मुझे नहीं पहनना है. इतना expensive और इतना niche exclusive होने के बाद भी I am hearing this. So there is no end to like things. हाँ, but that's what. So going back to the placement thing. तुमको अपना नाम किसके साथ में, किसके लेवल पे लाना है या क्या करना है, फिर उसके पीछे एंड देन वर्क रिवर्स. नो, मेरे को एक 15,000 का हुडी बेचना है, तो देन वर्क रिवर्स, मैं उस लेवल का क्वालिटी अचीव करके ही रहूँगा. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ही इज द सोल रीजन व्हाई ही इज एबल टू बिल्ड अ ब्रांड एंड ही इज गॉट सो मेनी पीपल वर्किंग फॉर हिम इज बिकॉज ही टुक द एफर्ट टू गो एवरीवेयर. एक गूगल के सर्च पे सब कुछ मिलता है. सॉक्स कहाँ पे बनेगा, उनको कॉल करो. अब भी अगर तू बाहर जाके भी एक खाली सॉक्स इन दिल्ली लिखेगा ना, तो आ जाएगा, 4 नंबर आ जाएगा. एक जन को कॉल कर, कैन आई प्लीज डू अ विजिट और कैन आई कम डू अ मीटिंग. अगर वो पूछे, समझो कि बहुत लोगों का रहेगा यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन की हर फैक्ट्री बड़े एमओक्यू की बात करती है कि हमको 1000 पीस का ऑर्डर दो या हमको 2000 पीस का ऑर्डर दो. तो उनको जाके ना, द अनदर चीट कोड इज, बोलो हम देंगे 100%. सैम्पलिंग तो शुरू कर. सैंपल नहीं अच्छा लगा तो बोलो सैंपल नहीं अच्छा लगा. उसने बोला 5000 पीस का ऑर्डर देना पड़ेगा. हाँ, हमको तो 6-7 ऐसे भी बनाना था, 6-7 हज़ार पीस, तो आपका 5000 परफेक्ट है हमारे लिए. तो सैम्पलिंग तो करो, क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है. सो इट्स एंड देन एक बार सैंपल हाथ में आया, उसको तुम किस तरह से शूट करते हो, कितने लोग उसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, क्या कैसे फैल रहा है वो, उसके ऊपर फिर देन यू कैन प्राइस योर प्रोडक्ट.
Because it's always a risk. And I started like selling it at a higher price point. I'll be like, यार बिकेगा नहीं बिकेगा.
मैंने तो हायर से ही शुरू किया था.
है ना?
See, converting a customer into buying something is the most tedious thing. मतलब वो जब तुमको पता चल गया ना, फिर तुम सस्ती या महंगी चीज़ कैसे भी, मतलब मैंने एक चीज़ नोटिस किया है इंडिया में. Bro, I'll tell you also this. This is fact. For example, if I was into skiing and you were the only guy making equipment for skiing in India, then you don't have to find me. You understand? This is what people don't understand. I will, no matter what, I will find a guy who gives me skiing equipment. So niche होने का एक फायदा वो भी है कि तुम सामने से जाओगे उसके पास. अगर मैं एक ऐसा हेलमेट बनाता हूँ जिसमें ब्लूटूथ है, ये है, वो है, सब कुछ है, then that person doesn't have to reach me somehow. I will reach that person anyhow because I need that helmet or whatever in that matter. You know what I'm saying? So being that niche or having the product that you have is so pricing you will learn. It will happen over time. Like you will learn how to price it, what to price it, because sometimes you think you are profitable, then 3 months down the line you're like, अरे hidden तो इतने सारे expenses कर दिए मैंने, एक पॉपअप करने के चक्कर में सारा लाख रुपए का तो मैंने खर्चा ही ऐसे ही कर दिया. वेन्यू को दे दिया, उसको दे दिया, उसको दे दिया, और सेल तो मेरा सिर्फ कुछ भी हुआ है, तो ये तो बात बनी नहीं. तो यू विल बी लाइक, ओ नाउ आई थिंक आई हैव टू रिकंसिडर माय प्राइसिंग. बट दैट विल ओनली हैपन ओवर टाइम. ओनली हैपन ओवर टाइम. इट विल हैव टू थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे देखना पड़ेगा. सो दैट्स व्हाट आई टेल देम आल्सो. If that's exactly what I tell them, that every time someone's trying something, no, अगर उसको खुद, if he's not feeling confident in himself, don't sell it, because what will happen is he will go out and he will never wear it, or when he will wear it, no, वो सामने वाले को भी वो impression देगा कि अब मुझे जम तो नहीं रहा, but अब लिया है तो पहन लिया. So never forcefully try to sell anything to someone that someone's not comfortable about. Let them warm up with something that they're comfortable with, and then eventually take them into like, ab aaja 1-on-1 mein, you know. So like that. Like I remember Atul has always been full on, matlab. See him also, I met you also in the store only, right?
Yes.
And he is still a customer, and I love, like, every time we meet, I will make sure that we check on each other, kya chal raha hai, how much work, because otherwise what is the joy in working also technically? What, you want to sit behind a laptop or sit in the, you want to go out and you want to, so it's a part. Like if you don't know how to do this, then again that's another, you'll have to learn how to present and be confident, and you have to make sure your energy is so like Because I was very much like that. Like even in my own family, I was never able to like speak up a lot because I've gone through a lot of unnecessary dropping out of schools and फिर क्या होता था पता है, like मेरा image ऐसा हो गया था कि ये बिगड़ा हुआ अमीर बाप का बेटा है कि जो provision है तो इधर पढ़ने चला गया उधर पढ़ने चला गया, and then eventually your confidence just on the floor कि भाई shit, a lot of people are self-aware, but if you don't tackle, like if you don't try to address it, no, then it's a problem. If you lie to yourself, then it's a huge problem. So I was like, if you're like another thing that I keep telling everyone, like for example, you guys know, the only way you will always be excited about the business that you're doing if you jaan puch ke find problems. Okay, you have to wake up and be like, kuch bhi kar aaj problem ढूंढ. That has to be your wake up and be like, kuch to problem nikalo aaj. The day and when you solve that problem, no, you that टिक करने का एक अलग फीलिंग होता है कि आज मैंने कुछ तो प्रोडक्टिव किया है, कुछ काम किया है, एंड यू हैव टू फाइंड अ प्रॉब्लम टू सॉल्व इट. अदरवाइज इमेजिन व्हाट लाइक
starting.
Otherwise there's no growth, because the only time and a lot of people, a lot of y'all know the problem. A lot of us know what exactly the problem is. It's just we don't care to do anything into it. Like we just avoid कि ठीक है चल रहा है तो चलने दो types. I'm telling you वो जो अपने फ़ोन में हमने तो आदत रखी है अभी नहीं कि जो रिमाइंडर्स ऐप है उस पर इवन इफ इट्स एज स्मॉल एज स्क्रीन गार्ड चेंज करना है फ़ोन का तो उसमें डाल दो, लिटरली उसमें दैट फीलिंग ऑफ पुटिंग इट इन देयर एंड देन व्हेन इट रिमाइंड्स यू द नेक्स्ट डे ऑन माई वे आई विल चेक माई स्क्रीन गार्ड एंड आई विल व्हाटएवर टिक इट ऑफ. मज़ा आएगा, मज़ा आएगा. Like you need to have some agenda कि कल ये करना है, भले it's as small as going for a 20-minute walk or whatever it is. I mean, but yeah, I also मैंने तो ये चालू ही नहीं किया अभी. ऐसे ही हो रहा है, सही है. But I like that I don't have to open this and everyone's so open and talking about it. What do you do?
Me? I'm a graphic designer, but I'm a rapper.
Rapper? You know, I was also a rapper at one point.
Yeah, I've heard. So I've been following you since a long time, and I told two of my friends. She came all the way from Khurja to attend this. So I told them, this is for you guys.
I hope it's meaningful.
No. I just wanted to listen to you and also apply all of this into my career.
No, super. I'll tell you one thing, okay? Very honestly, which I have put in the note, is that whatever you are doing with graphic design or with rap or with whatever, at no point think that you're wasting time. At no point. The day you start feeling like I am wasting time, क्योंकि I'm telling you, मैं वो जो faces randomly बनाता था, अगर सोच के बनाया होता कि यार इसका क्या होने वाला है आगे जाके फ्यूचर में, छोड़ दो, तो आज imagine the opportunity cost of you know what I'm saying? Imagine, मतलब if you are a graphic designer, don't care कि उसका क्या हो रहा है. The hours, जितना भी hours spent on say writing lyrics or writing or graphic design or typography or anything, ये सब mount होएगा एक दिन and you'll be on the top of it.
Exactly.
And you'll be like, I won, you know?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is facts. मतलब I used to feel like, because I grew up in Kandivali is like the very suburb of Bombay, and I honestly wanted to be a fine artist or illustrator or something.
Yeah.
I applied for the course also, and thinking यार कैसे career बनेगा इसमें, like especially where I was, ऐसा लगता था कि इसमें career बन ही नहीं सकता है, it's impossible. And so I didn't do it, but I continued doing it. वो कहीं पे भी ट्रांसलेट हो सकता है, तुम्हारा जो भी कुछ भी कर रहे हो ना, वो कहीं पे भी ट्रांसलेट हो सकता है कभी भी. At like you never know when has the opportunity come for you to like just
right.
You know, so never feel like you're wasting time doing anything. If you're doing something wholeheartedly, result नहीं आ रहा है, fine. That time is not wasted. I'm telling you for a fact.
Yeah. I've changed like 10 jobs till now just to save up money to make my own studio, and I made my own music studio. So
congrats.
yeah, so I started that. Then Raja mentors me first, like she.
Really?
Yeah. So
Wow.
I saw her wearing the brand, and I was like, damn, I want to buy this. You know, so that's like something.
Super.
I have a question. How do you stay so original to your first, inspiration?
So try to keep your inspiration primary. So what it means is you make something and then take inspiration from that only. So say even if you enjoy or don't enjoy painting, paint. And don't paint something that you've seen. Let the painting surprise you. For example, I'm telling you, you should always see inspiration in randomest things. For example, अभी कोई image देखा, never look at, say for example you want to start a fashion design like a brand, तो inspiration कैसे दिखने वाला है, जैसे ये store अच्छा क्यों लग रहा है, for example ऐसे सोचने का कि ये store अच्छा क्यों लग रहा है, यार ये white और grey साथ में बहुत अच्छे से जाता है, white is smooth, the grey is a little textured, इसको मैं पेंटिंग में डाल सकती हूँ या इसको मैं किसी जूते में डालूँ क्या, वाइट कलर का जूता जिसमें ग्रे वाले पार्ट सब टेक्सचर्ड है. व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज, एंड द मोर एंड मोर यू कीप डूइंग इट, व्हाट विल हैपन इज you will not even realize that it's become like a original. See, one thing obviously you'll have to stop looking at Pinterest. That is, I mean that goes without saying, but मैं पेंटिंग का बोल रहा था. मेरे साथ कितनी बार ये हुआ है कि मैंने एक पेंटिंग बनाया है, उस पर ऐसे मत सोचो कि मेरे को ये बॉडी बनाना है या एक सीनिक व्यू बनाना है, ठीक है, पेंट को गिरने दो, रैंडमली मिक्स होने दो, गिरने दो. कभी कभी क्या होगा पता है, ओ फक, ये दो कलर एक साथ कितने अच्छे लग रहे हैं, राइट. दैट इज वन. सेकेंड, इफ यू नो अ बैलेंस, डिजाइन इज ऑल अबाउट बैलेंस, आई वुड से, राइट, कि ये चीज़ सही लग रही है अब, कि यहाँ पे टेक्स्ट है या यहाँ पे कुछ भी है. द मोर यू डू इट, नो, यू विल ऑटोमेटिकली स्टार्ट टू बिल्ड योर ओन डिज़ाइन एस्थेटिक, बिकॉज द वे यू वुड डू अ स्ट्रोक, आई विल नॉट डू इट. एंड इफ यू ऑब्जर्व योर स्ट्रोक लॉन्ग इनफ लाइक अ साइको पर्सन, आई एम टेलिंग यू, मेरे साथ ये बहुत होता था. मैं जब यूके पहली बार गया था ना, तब मैं सीधा बस स्कूल में से निकला, मतलब 10th स्टैंडर्ड हुआ, 1-2 साल मैंने टाइम पास किया और मैं सीधा यूके लंदन कॉलेज ऑफ फैशन में गया. तो वहाँ पे हमारा एक जो लाइव ड्राइंग का क्लास था, उसमें देयर वाज दिस मॉडल एंड वी वर सपोज टू लाइक ड्रॉ हर एंड व्हाटएवर, और मेरे से मुंह हाथ कुछ बन ही नहीं रहा है, इतना गंदा बना था वो ड्राइंग. हमारी टीचर आई एंड शी इज लाइक, wow, what a stroke. I'm like, really? And I was like, so maybe मुझे ऐसा लगा कि शायद ये कुछ देख रही है जो मैं नहीं देख रहा हूँ, या तो ये सिर्फ मस्का लगा रही है, पता नहीं, कुछ समझ ही नहीं आ रहा है कि हो क्या रहा है. बट द मोर आई डिड इट, द मोर आई अंडरस्टूड कि मेरा हाथ यार ऐसे बहुत घूमता है, और मेरे बाजू में जो खड़ा था उसका हाथ ऐसे बहुत घूमता है. And I'm telling you, eventually don't try to perfect anything. See, if you try to paint something which is hyper realistic, rather take a picture. You want to, when you're with pen paper, just try to let that thing surprise you, not you trying to consciously draw something. Always, I'm telling you, this is how I draw it. Always draw or put something without planning it. Like if you see a canvas, just instantly scratch it and then start. Like, so firstly you will be over your fear कि ये canvas इतना white अच्छा लग रहा है, इसमें क्या करूँ, right? कुछ तो कर दो, पहले बिगाड़ दो. कैनवस का सबसे अच्छी चीज़ ये है कि पहले पूरा उसमें अच्छा वर्ड नहीं आ रहा वर्ड आ रहा है, बट पूरा उसका कर दो सत्यानाश. द बेस्ट थिंग इज यू कैन ऑलवेज पेंट इट वाइट अगेन. सो ट्रीट योर डिज़ाइन ऑल्सो लाइक दैट कि भाई ये कैनवस है, अगर ओरिजिनलिटी आ जाएगी अपने आप. डोंट लाई टू योरसेल्फ, बस डोंट लाई टू योरसेल्फ. अगर कोई चीज़ नहीं अच्छी लग रही है जो तुम खुद रोज़ नहीं पहनोगे, तो वो चीज़ बनाओ ही मत, क्योंकि कोई नहीं पहनेगा. आई वेयर माई स्टफ एवरी डे. Like I know that I wanted to make a brand which is upgrading someone's wardrobe, not being a occasional brand के मेरा birthday है तो मैं पहनूंगा. I wanted to make a brand which is just upgrading someone's lifestyle. You should also make a brand which जैसा Jordans जो जिसने भी पहली बार लिया होगा, I'm sure you walk different, no, the first time you wear it. पहना तो अलग चाल चलते हैं लोग, या कोई बड़ा टी शर्ट पहना तो अलग फील करते हैं लोग. तो बस make sure at least you either represent with like a feeling that people get. I know for a fact, whoever has changed their entire wardrobe to jaywalking, they feel brand new. They feel like, okay, I have refreshed my, you know. तो ऐसा भी कुछ thought होना चाहिए. हमेशा डिजाइन से ओरिजिनलिटी नहीं आती है.
So at any point in your brand, did you think I should make something that's more commercially, like a little trendier or something, you know, everyone will wear? या फिर पूरे टाइम पता था कि नहीं
यार ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ. मतलब see, I know that किसी को कुछ पहनने को सिखाना is a little tough, but जिस सेकंड पे तुमने गिव अप कर दिया तो गिव अप कर दिया. For example, I mean, and whatever you make now, if you have a realization how big our country is, right, and how well social media works, तेरा डिज़ाइन कितना भी एक्सपेरिमेंटल होने दे, एक दो लोग तो मिलेंगे ही मिलेंगे उसको पहनने के लिए. मतलब इतना बड़ा कंट्री है कि हर I've said this before also, everyone has an audience. Like no one goes dry. Everyone has an audience if you're consistent. The day you quit is the end of your story.
My question to you is, what's your take on deconstruction? Like Gojala Ablo basically did that. Any part of your design aesthetics consist of deconstruction?
We used to make a lot of t-shirts which I had, which were vintage and whatever.
Yeah.
So I used to cut them and I used to put them together. And I think the first utility wears that I made,
Yeah.
I literally वो पीछे वाला जो सीट्स होता है गाड़ी का, उसका बेल्ट तो वैसे भी कोई लगाता नहीं है, तो वो काट के उसमें से I had made a vest and all. So start is like that only. It's great to start like that because then there is so much to play around with. Then you will look at everything like that. ये पर्दा भी अच्छा लग रहा है, तो वो भी अच्छा लग रहा है. या किसी का पुराना अगर कोई थ्रिफ्ट भी कुछ कर रहा है फॉर एग्जांपल, और वो किलो के भाव में, बॉम्बे में काफ़ी थ्रिफ्ट स्टोर्स है विच आर लाइक दे विल टेल यू कि ये 2 किलो डाल दो इस बैग में, सब कुछ लेके जाओ फॉर 400-500 bucks or something. So then you go home and then you paint over it, or then you cut it, or you can do whatever you want. 10 बटन लगा दो उसके ऊपर या कुछ भी, you can do anything and then sort of upcycle. So yeah, it's technically deconstruction and then reconstructing
Like,
it.
you can do it DIY also as at home as well.
A lot of my one-of-one pieces are that, and it works really well. But I think you should do it a lot.
So do you think there is future in like deconstruction aesthetics?
100%. 100%. I read it somewhere where they said like all these big brands, like H&M, Zara, ये वो whatever, the biggest, like उन लोग को बहुत effect होगा when all the kids start doing something at home and start selling. It'll affect everyone. If you start, we were talking, no, the kids abroad are screen printing shit on their own, and doing everything on their own.
Even
If you
3D printing as well.
if you get your hands into it from now only, then you're set. So that you धीरे धीरे तो पता चलेगा. समझो कभी कभी मेरे साथ क्या हुआ है कि मैंने एक बार 2 टी-शर्ट को ज्वाइन किया था, एंड वो ज्वाइन करने के बाद फॉर सम रीजन मेरे को लगा कि ये अब परफेक्ट टी-शर्ट का सिलुएट बन गया अपने आप. सो नाउ आई हैव अ फर्मा कि भाई ये ऐसे बनाओ. तो कभी कभी गलती में भी कुछ सही हो जाएगा इफ यू कीप डूइंग इट. You know what I'm saying? So you should.
So it's like a basically hit and try कि इसको ऐसे करके देखते रहो.
100%.
At what point do you say something is inspired or something is plagiarized? How far do you need to take inspiration for it to be original product?
According to law also, if you tweak something 5% also, then it's not copied. Like no one can sue you. And first of all, I tell you, I don't know the difference between plagiarism and inspiration because it's all words put fancily. One is defensive and one is whatever. But I think to tell people if they should be original, I would say if you're too inspired of something, right, then you will stay, your growth is very like limited. You will only go till जितना उसका में भी है, मतलब अगर कहीं पे सस्ता फेक जे वॉकिंग मिल रहा है, थोड़ा ट्वीक करके, उस पर जे वॉकिंग नहीं लिखा बट कुछ और लिखा है, तो अरे उसको सब पता है, तो then you're limiting yourself to just and they will wait till you do something else and you, मतलब अगर कोई किसी का मोटो ही है कि उसके आगे वो जा ही नहीं पाएगा, मतलब you know there is no, then they will be like, I know for a fact without a doubt like the whole streetwear community or the world is right now heavily influenced by Kanye West, right? He's put like this full face cover वाला मास्क अभी पहना है, तो सबने वो करना है, तो what does world wait for him to do something, and then भी उसका तोड़ मरोड़ के कहीं अपना आता है, बट बाप तो वही रहता है, you know what I'm saying? तो that, I mean, you can take a lot of inspiration from someone, but then you will limit yourself, and you will always be that person's shadow, and you will never be an original, like the person that who's building something. And I'm telling you, in India, it's still, there is so much scope. Like, why am I sitting here and telling you everything about my business and how to run yours? I mean, you could easily in like 3 months become my competition also, no? But I am so positive that the scope is so huge that everyone has space in here to like, there's so many resellers suddenly, but the awareness is growing every day, right? Everyone wants that one Jordan low to start with. So what they do, you know what I'm saying? Like that's, but plagiarism और उसका तो मुझे भी नहीं पता. I mean, see, plagiarism is if you copied it exact, and inspiration depends.
I have a question. You need to have a logo, and you need to set your identity as a brand, and then there are other loops as you just talked about. But then there comes a fashion trend that you were taught in like fashion schools, that there is this every year there is a forecasting, and that's how you should pursue designing, and
But you're shadowing everyone, no? Then see, okay, starting from you said there needs to be a logo, there needs to be this, that. My tagline is only not the final logo, right? Yeah. It actually happened when I was giving my ये वाला जो tag है एक tag, ये जो tag हम लोग बनाने दे रहे थे, तो ये टैग में मैंने उसको बोला ये Jaywalking ऐसे चाहिए, बट मैंने एक्चुअल में लिखा था नॉट द फाइनल लोगो, सिर्फ ये बोलने के लिए कि ये फाइनल लोगो नहीं है, एक सेकंड रुक जा. फिर मैं बोला यार ये अच्छा लग रहा है देखने में, और डाल दिया. मतलब कोई which also then it means that the brand is forever evolving, there is no like concrete meaning to everything कि भाई ये है यही है और हम लाइफ टाइम ऐसे ही रहेंगे और whatever. तो जब तक मैं श्योर नहीं था, इनफैक्ट हमारे लिए तो चीज़ें इज इट आई डोंट नो इफ इट्स लक और व्हाटएवर, बट एक दो सेलिब्रिटीज़ को हमने एक प्लास्टिक के थैली में जिसमें ड्राई फ्रूट्स आए थे मेरे घर से, उसमें डिलीवरी किया था. तो हमने उसके ऊपर सिर्फ Jaywalking हाथ से लिख दिया और एक स्टिकर मार दिया था, एंड दे अप्रिशिएटेड. ओ Jaywalking सस्टेनेबल, हमको देखो कितना रिबेलियस है ये ब्रांड, ऐसे हमको पैकेट भेज दिया. आई थॉट दे विल ट्रैश मी, but they appreciated it. You do anything with confidence, then there is no problem only.
So there is like,
जैसे I think one of the guys here, they told me कि you talked about feedback, like वगैरह. So one of the guys here told me कि he probably knows about rugs a lot, more than I do. अब मैंने एक rug बनाया, उसने बोला क्वालिटी आपका ठीक है, तो मैंने बोला देख I know it, and he said you can better the quality of the rug. At every point you can better everything. एक बिल्डिंग बनने के बाद भी तुम बोल सकते हो कि यार ये इसमें पार्किंग ज़्यादा डालना चाहिए था यार, बट ये मैंने डाला, रग लॉन्च किया, तो मुझे पता चला कि इतना बिक सकता है, इतना स्कोप है. वो फीडबैक मिलना ना इज़ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग एवर. सो हाउ आई स्टार्ट माई ब्रांड, व्हाट आई यूज्ड टू डू इज़ एवरी डे आई यूज्ड टू मेक अप माई माइंड कि आज मैं एक डिज़ाइन करके ही उठूँगा, उसको मशीन में से उतार के ही उठूँगा, ठीक है. तो आज के दिन में मैंने एक पैंट दिया, मास्टर ने बनाया. कल बटन तक नहीं लगाया, मैं पिक्चर्स दिखा सकता हूँ, बटन तक नहीं लगाया. मैंने धौल को बोला धौल पहन, अपन ऊपर जाते हैं टेरेस पे फोटो लेके आते हैं, अपलोड, मशीन से उतरा है पीस, हमने फोटो अपलोड कर दिया है ऑनलाइन. अब इससे क्या होता है, तुमको तुरंत पहले तो कमेंट्स में पता चलेगा वाओ नीड ये वो, ठीक है, सब कुछ, सब लोग बोल देंगे कि दिस इज सुपर, हाउ कैन आई ऑर्डर दिस, तो अब तुमको पता चला कि ये पैंट चलेगा, अब इसका फैब्रिक अब जाके सिक्योर करो, ठीक है, अब so you're playing so safe, plus your feedback loop is so much faster. Launch everything, no, and better with time. Like you don't have to अगर say for example you're a rapper, ठीक है, पहले ही लाइन में पंच मारना है तो दूसरे लाइन तक तुम जाओगे ही नहीं ना. You know what I'm like? Am I making sense?
So, yeah.
Also, when you launch your brand, no, you will never think ill of what you've made. Similarly, I thought कि मेरे को एक गुजराती गाना बनाना चाहिए, रैप सॉन्ग, और कल उठूंगा और I'll be a थ्रू एंड थ्रू आर पार लोग बुकिंग ले रहे हैं, वेडिंग है वो, मेरे को लाखों रुपए मिलेंगे परफॉर्म करने के. नथिंग. अगर कंसिस्टेंसी रखा होता तो आई वुड हैव बीन समवन. तो आई क्विट, सो माय करियर एंडेड राइट देयर एंड देन. सो दैट्स इट. इफ यू ओन अप नो टू द मिस्टेक दैट यू मेड, अगर समझ के कस्टमर ने बोला कि यार तुम ये जो प्रिंट करते हो ये निकल जाता है, यार मैं वापस ले लेता हूँ, मेरे को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आई अग्री इट इज़ माई मिस्टेक, वी आर ट्राइंग टू बेटर इट, बट उस टाइम पे दिस इज द प्रोविजन दैट वी हैड, वी डिड इट. ओन अप टू इट, बी कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट योर मिस्टेक्स. आई टेल दिस टू एवरीवन, अ गुड डांसर इज समवन हु इज ऑन अ स्टेज, उसने गलती की है, सिर्फ उसको पता है, किसी और को नहीं पता. दैट इज अ गुड डांसर. So you've got to be a good dancer. Like if you're making a mistake, either tell people that I've made a mistake, but I've adjusted my steps in a way that किसी को पता ही नहीं चला. So that's like ये तो बकचोदी वाली बात. So if you upload a perfect product, for example in the market, then उसमें तो improvement का कोई scope ही नहीं है ना. अगर तुम्हारा प्रोडक्ट परफेक्ट ही है तो उसके आगे तो मैं एक्सपेक्ट भी क्या करूँ तुमसे. तुमने परफेक्ट प्रोडक्ट ही लॉन्च कर दिया है, तो ऐसा पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. That's what I keep telling everyone. I know that my product might not be perfect, but then be excited about the journey, then like you know what I'm saying.
Do something about it,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So do you take reviews before launching any product?
Now no. Initially yes, I used to. अभी भी हम लोग कट्स ऑन प्रोडक्ट्स में तो लेते ही हैं. मतलब कि अगर एक पैंट लॉन्च किया है तो बहुत लिमिटेड पीस बना के पहले स्टोर्स में डाल देते हैं. फिर उसके बाद अगर समझ की पता चले कि आज ही अपना सैंपल भी बिक गया, फिर कॉन्फिडेंस आता है, ले लो, उठाओ माल, लाइक दैट.
For jaywalking or for your personal brand, both things जो आप parallel में चलाते हो, what is the actual vision, like in the future? कुछ if you can share any aspect of it कि मैंने ये तो सोचा हुआ है bro, ऐसा कुछ है?
See, I honestly I tell everyone that if I had planned to reach here when I started, then this would have taken longer. I don't know how to explain this. Like if you, say today.
You just kept banking on your success. मतलब जो भी मिलता है.
Yeah, you see, for me, honest to God, like for the first time something right was happening in my life, and I ran with it. It's the only thing I can tell. Because if you know that अगर if you make a plan कि चल आज से मैं 5 साल का प्लान बनाऊंगा और 5 साल में एक न्यूयॉर्क में स्टोर खोलूंगा, तो मैं 5 साल तक उसको भूल जाऊंगा. मुझे पता है कि मैं शायद कल खोल सकता हूँ. Now I am already capable. Then why am I limiting myself to setting a goal which is just stupid? 5 years down the line, you don't think. I mean, who would have thought Virgil would die this early, right? That was the most. That was the most insane day. Like we knew that it had just begun, even though he had achieved so much. We knew that we were going to look up to him till he is like old and like more like, you know what I'm saying. So if you don't keep a blueprint, that's fine, but you've got to have a clarity. Like when I say clarity, I knew I wanted to open a store. When I didn't know, but I knew the second I see. A lot of people are very there's so much I want to say to this, but like it's all jumbled up in my head because it's a very good question that you asked. If you plan, then you limit yourself. Is done. I told you that. Like don't limit yourself, but know that you want to achieve that someday. Yeah. So a lot of people think that छोटा भी चीजें नहीं करनी चाहिए, या they skip a lot of parts when they are building a brand, like talking to people and Instagram and. Because see, a lot of people, so what also happens is a lot of people get satisfied also very quick. Okay, now it's stable, so I'm good. Like for example, say you start making, for example, hypothetically, आज brand शुरू किया 5-6 महीने में you have a stable 5-6 lakhs का income that is coming. You'll be like upset हो गया है, अब इसको ऐसे ही चलाते रहो, right? So if you do not sort of fuel it and like take that little risk which is calculated but it's a risk, then it's a problem with your vision, is what I'm saying. You know, अभी जैसा ये स्टोर बनाने में मेरा सब कुछ लग गया है, ये एविडेंट है, बट today it's allowing me to do so much more. Today it's making my story look so much bigger than every other brand out there, right? So it's something that I've invested in, but it's also making me look bigger than anyone out there, right? At least in India, correct? Like if you see itna bada store, if it's a homegrown Asian brand also, find me a store like this. तो अगर लगाना है तो लगाओ. If you know that okay, things are working in your favor, you are settled, online is doing well, there are so many people loving you every day, then do it. Like why do you I know so many big brands who are scared to open a store. Opening a store is not a big deal. Of course, sustaining it is a big deal, but
okay, like opening a store was a planned step. Like वो एक था कि blueprint display चाहिए और बनाना कैसे है.
I knew that I'm going to open my second store in Delhi for sure. When I didn't know. So जब बॉम्बे का स्टोर भी बन रहा था, अरे बॉम्बे का स्टोर नहीं था, तो बैक ऑफ द हेड पता है ना कि स्टोर खोलना है. अब if you're someone who's always looking out for opportunity, मेरा कैसा है, अगर मेरे को कोई भी दिख गया, ये रग वाला भी ऐसा ही था. मैं उसको कहीं पे मिला और उसने बोला कि मैं रग्स बनाता हूँ. मैं बोला मेरे लिए कितना कम से कम बना देगा. बोला 10. बोला अब भी ऑर्डर ले ले, मेरे पास तो मेरा ब्यूटीफुल लेडी रेडी है. Immediately, मतलब you always have to be very like open के कहाँ opportunity दिख रहा है, क्या दिख रहा है, किस पे मैं कुछ सीख सकता हूँ या उसको अपने इसमें implement कर सकता हूँ. And then eventually, if you're hungry, constantly like anxious कि कुछ करना है, कुछ जानना है या कुछ, then you don't have to set goals. Then you are on a right path, and then it'll just keep multiplying, and it'll become a big solid thing, which is like a legacy brand or something like that. That I want to make. That that we were there when like he was nothing and type of brand.
So कभी तो you made mistakes and like do you have anything like that, कोई setback, कोई regret?
So we see, I have built my brand on pure emotions, right? मतलब मैंने बहुत mistakes किए हैं. Like for example, हमारे टीम में बहुत लोगों ने काफ़ी बार ऐसा होता है. You know how friendly I am, right? Like I'm very friendly. Like there's no ऐसा कोई professionalism है ही नहीं हमारे brand में. आज के तारीख में भी हमारे पास कोई ऐसा सेट वो नहीं है कि जो हमने किसी से साइन कराया है या कुछ. सो आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ दैट आई नो दैट आर माई मिस्टेक्स. आई थिंक टू इमोशनली अबाउट थिंग्स विच इज़ तुम्हारे ऊपर है. आई थिंक इट्स माई स्ट्रेंथ कि आई थिंक इमोशनली विच इज़ गुड. एंड I also read somewhere, right, everyone is so ready to just jump onto the next thing that they don't want to stick around. No one has the patience, no one has the... So I want to make my work environment so that people want to stick around and like see growth in it. Because if you don't see growth in me after all of this that I've achieved, then I don't know. Good luck to you. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to, like whoever y'all, I said, right, every trip I will make sure that we meet at the store. Which is why I've made half of my store into just chilling and sitting down and talking, right? So that we can do as much as I can to support and like sort of spread the word out. When I launched this hoodie, this hoodie, see, this is the front, I show the back. Yeah. This is the back. When I launched this hoodie, we named it the status hoodie. Okay, in the description it was written, this will update your status in the society. I thought no one will buy it. This is too arrogant as a product. This is too much. Like now you're losing it. Was sold out in no time. And that day I was like, fuck. Okay, I don't know what just happened. Because this, I launched it as a joke, to kind of as like a satirical thing, and then people have supported that. Solid people.